So then, Manager of the Month award, Player of the Month award for Jack, and top of the table. That rather rubber stamps it a good August.
Yeah, it's been very good, but it's only a start, isn't it? You know, it's when you win awards like that, it's not down to me, or it's not down to Jack. It's down to the whole team spirit, the togetherness, my staff, the hard work that goes in every day to keep the players focused and switched on for training and games, and making sure we play with the intensity on a Saturday that we train with. So it's good for the football club to be recognised, really. That's what I would say, more than me and Jack. You know, it is about us, and it's not about I and Jack. So it's yeah, we're delighted with the awards, but we need to make sure we're switched on and focused for the month ahead. Yeah,
great to have set the bar so high, because you now know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, we do. I mean, listen, we've got a really tough month coming up. A lot of games, but we're confident. We're really confident as a group at the minute, and we're looking forward to the games. Starting with Bradford on Saturday, you know, a team who got beat in the playoff final last year. They were excellent last year. Credit to Stuart and what he done last year with them. But we need to make sure we go into the game, approach it in the right way, match their energy, because they've got a lot of energy in their team, a lot of legs, but so have we. So we need to make sure we are better in that aspect on Saturday.
Yeah, something you know about Bradford from recent seasons, regardless of what they've been doing in a specific campaign, they're always a really tough side to face.
They are, to be fair. They beat us twice last year. I think it was 1-0 in both games, and we didn't deserve anything out of both games, if truth be told. So we need to be better. We are better, definitely better than we were last year. So I think the game will be a lot more closer than that anyway, than last year. And we're confident we go in, we're in front of our own fans again, who have been tremendous at the start of the season for us. They've got us over the line in a few games. We'll need them again Saturday, because it's another big game for us, probably the biggest game of the season, I would say. So it's one that we're looking forward to. You know, we hope the fans can come in big numbers again, and we can put another show on for them and try and get the 3 points.
Yeah, when you talk about it being the biggest, is that both the nature of the opposition and the timing of the game as well, having had this good start, wanting to push on?
I think when you have a good start, I think it's, you know, you got to be very careful that people don't become overconfident and don't think they need to train as hard as they have been, or you know, little things like that, mindset change, or feeling a little bit mentally tired or whatever. So the players were well, you know, drilled this morning. Before we even trained, I made sure that I told them that I've got no time for mental tiredness. I've got no time for people being fatigued. I've got no time for people wanting to moan about the little niggle they've got or whatever. So, you know, we've got no time for that this year. We just get on with it. I'm not saying they have, but I just made sure they knew that's me. We're 6 games in. If we were 40 games in, then I could understand. But we're 6 games in. The players are fresh. They're looking forward to Saturday. They're well tuned this morning in terms of what we expect this month. And I expect the same what we just done in the month just gone.
Yeah, keeping all of that focus. And you must be pleased as well that with the matches that you've had so far, you touched upon it with the nature of the game last weekend, you've had very different challenges, and you've managed to find a way and do things as you've wanted to in all of those games.
Well, I think I touched on it to you maybe early part of the season, that we need to get to a stage where we're 95% worried about us and 5% worried about the opposition. We're getting there. You know, we do obviously do our due diligence, our work on the opposition, but we need to make sure we focus on ourselves, really. That's it. You know, if we get our formation, our players with the right attitude on the day, our focus, our intensity, then, like I say, we can give anybody a game in this league. So it's all down to us, really. If we get beat, I feel as if, you know, we'll get beat by beating ourselves. So we need to make sure we switch on. We're ready for anything that Bradford throw at us. Whether they do change the formation, I'm not sure they will. We're ready for it, and I'm sure we will be.
And we've been speaking about it for a few weeks, but finally this is the weekend where Ricky Miller is available. You've been talking about how he's been itching to get going, so he must be chuffed.
Yeah, he is. He's had a smile on his face all day today in training. Great to have him back. You know, it just adds to our competition up there. Jack and Junior have been first class in the first 5 or 6 games. Idris is making a massive impact coming off the bench as well for such a young boy. So we've got the really good attacking options. Danny Lloyd as well hasn't had much game time, and another exciting player who can run at people and get people off their seats. So we've got a lot of attacking talent up there. We've got a lot. There's possibly one of them's going to miss out on Saturday off the bench, which just shows you the strength and depth we've got up there. So we're looking forward to having him back. He'll add to us, and that can only benefit us.
With Idris, he picked up a little knock last weekend. Is he all right?
Yeah, he didn't train Monday and Tuesday, but he's back in training Wednesday, Thursday. So he trained today, looked good, looked fine. Probably the little rest did him the world of good, really. Where you're coming into an environment where you're not used to the intensity that we train at. So maybe the Monday, Tuesday, although it was a little niggle on his ankle, probably did him the world of good, because he looked really sharp in training today.
Yeah, you said on the week that he signed that you felt he'd have no trouble with the step up to League One, and he's really proved that, hasn't he, in terms of his strength and his ability on the ball and what he's added to the team. We maybe saw that contrast with some of the kids in the Southampton side. Idris isn't like that at all.
Well, if you look at that game, the Southampton game, Idris is 17, and for me he was head and shoulders above anything that Southampton had on the pitch in the attacking third. So, and some of them boys are 20, 21. So he's streets ahead of academy players, only because he's been out and played 30, 40 games in the National League. He's taken that mantle on upon himself. He could have stayed in the academy. I think he could have signed for Man United before he went to Aldershot. So it just shows you that the boy wants to play in the Football League. He backs himself to play in the Football League and make an impact, and then the big move will come one day for him. So he backs himself in that. So yeah, we're working hard. We're doing extra with him every day. He's doing extra just to get his sharpness and his intensity up, but he's doing great.
Nice as well not to have to talk about the future of Marcus Maddison, to have that all sorted and just to be able to focus on his football must be great.
Well, we had it sorted probably about a week and a half before you even knew about it. So I've been focused on Marcus with us for a long time, no problem. Great to have him here. When we spoke to him, myself, the chairman and Barry, and there was no hesitation. He wanted to stay. So we are delighted. He started the season brilliantly. He's working hard for the team. He buys into everything we do. The lads love him. I think that was the key for us. The lads loved him. They were worried he was going to leave, but he's been first class, Marcus, and there's more to come from him as well. I know there's more that we can get out of him. More goals from him, more assists from him, a lot more working for the team. He's doing it. He's definitely doing it. He's working hard for the team, but there's more from him. We know we can bring more out of him.
Yeah, because we've seen right through his posh career what he can do, and maybe through some of those periods he hasn't been necessarily all that happy off the field. Now he's completely settled. That gives him great scope, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, listen, he loves the place, I think. He comes in every day, he's got a smile on his face. I think it's the best I've seen him. Even when I was here as a player, he was here, and just his focus every day, the way he trains every day. He's probably a year, 2 years back, Marcus would come in and didn't really want to train, didn't look really too interested in training, but I think we've changed that in him. I think over the last year and a half you can see the focus on him every day, and it's only benefiting him because he's performing more. All right, he hasn't got the goals and the assists that he wanted, but the work he's doing for the team is first class, and can only for him to do that is only good for us.
And of course people forget still how young he is and how young he was when he signed, so I guess part of this is just growing up and getting older, isn't it?
Of course, it's maturing. It's drumming into him every day that it's persona, it's perception, it's body language is what people look at footballers with. He's got all the ability in the world, and them little things that we're changing with him is rubbing off for him, because he's been maturing into a lovely lad. He's a great kid when you speak to him, very switched on, very bright, and it's only helping him on the pitch.